Alright, today we're going to be taking apart our PW50 carb and cleaning it out. Apparently this is all I can seem to do on my bikes because that's the only thing that's ever wrong with them. Alright, well I already got the carb off the bike here, and first we're just going to take out these 4 screws right here and just unscrew them. Alright, now I've already taken this apart, but the first time I had to do this, you need to, before you take the bowl off, you need to tap around the edges with the screwdriver like this, and then take the screwdriver and slowly pry off all 4 sides, and make sure it comes out real nice and easy, just like a part. And make sure you don't lose the gasket right in there. Alright, now we're just going to take out the jets. Just take a screwdriver, put it right in there, just take it out. Alright, there's your main jet. Alright, now time for the pilot jet. Alright, and there's our pilot jet. It's too small to really get on camera. Alright, next we're going to do the float. Alright, just take your little screwdriver here and push out this pin right here. And take out your needle nose pliers. Then just pull it the rest of the way out. It should just come off, and then there's a little thing in here. I already took it off once. It just goes right down in there, and that should just slide out if you turn it upside down. Alright, now we're out in the garage. We're just going to clean it out. Just spray everything out. And make sure you get down in the jets, too, where the jets go, because that will be the most likely area to get dirtied up, that and the jets. And make sure to check your float. I'll check it here in a minute and show you how to do that. Alright, now we're going to clean out the jets in the bowl. The first one is a little jet, so you can see it here. I'm going to try not to spray the camera this time, so I'm going to go back here. Alright, now the big jet. And next, the bowl. Let that sit in there a minute. Alright. Alright, now we should be ready for reassembly unless you know that there's something different wrong with your bike and you want to go into a more extensive cleaning. Alright, now we're going to see if the float is bad. Now how you do this, you just get any glass of water or any container that will fit the float. A glass of water will work for this float since it's pretty small. Drop the float in there and submerge it. I know you can't see much, sorry about that. But hold it on there for a while, and if any bubbles come up, your float is bad. That means it has a hole in it and it will not float right. And also just make sure it comes back up. Push it down. It should come back up immediately. Now I'm not getting any bubbles off of this one. You can't see it. Alright, now we're ready for reassembly. First off, you need your float, your plunger pin, and the pin that holds it all together. Alright, first you're going to take your plunger pin, and there's a little notch in the float right here, and you're going to stick your plunger pin into it, and make sure it doesn't come out. Alright, it should dangle like that, if you hold it level. Alright, now take that, and stick it down in this way. Now take your pin, line up the hole. It'll take some adjustment. Alright, and just push it through. Next we're going to do the jets. The main jet and the pilot jet. Alright, first I'm going to do the pilot jet because that's the hardest one to put in. Alright, take your very small screwdriver, you need a tiny one for this, and just go ahead and put it on the pilot jet. Now take the littler of the two holes, and the pilot jet goes in this one. And turn it until it's snug. Alright, now you're going to take the big jet, stick that in, and take a bigger screwdriver, and also put this one till it's snug. Now you have your jets in. Alright, the last thing we need to assemble on the carburetor is just put the bowl back on. Take your bowl, and just like on assembly, just put it back on and put all the bolts in. After you get it all together, it should look like this. Now make sure your bowl drain screw is snug, or else you'll just spill gas everywhere and it won't run right. Alright, the first thing you're going to do is take the needle from the throttle and stick it down in there. And it'll only go on in one way, so I wouldn't worry about that. And then stick the choke down in there at the same time too, after you figure out which way the needle goes in. Alright, and then put that on, and then put the screw on top. And snug that up. Alright, next thing is to slip the carburetor onto the intake, which you just loosen up the screw on top of that, slide it all the way on, as far as it'll go. There. Alright, now it's all the way on. And then tighten the screw that is right there. Alright, next thing you're going to do is put the fuel line back on. Alright, it's cold here, so what you want to do, if you're working on it in the cold and the rubber isn't too pliable, is you want to take a hairdryer and just blow the warm air on it for a couple seconds, and it should heat right up. Now you just slip that on over top. Make sure it's snug, and then pinch that shut. Make sure it doesn't come off. Alright, next you're going to put the oil injection line back on. And this will be the last hookup you need to make to the carburetor besides the air box. You just take the hose and warm it up, like I said, if you need to. And you just slip that on too. Now you may need to use pliers if you have to, but avoid using them whenever possible. Alright, and that should be all we need to start it up.